You're listening to Hello, Good Life, the podcast where we help you define what your good life means to you. We're diving into the nitty-gritty of creating an intentionally good life that you love, from the good, the bad, to the downright ugly, and everything in between. Here's your host, Shay Rubsky.
Hello, friends. I am so happy to be back here today. I am sharing something that everybody talks about. It's the little gremlin in the room or on your shoulder where it's like, I don't have enough time for anything. Have you been there? Because I feel like I am there almost every day with kids, with work, with friends, with activities, with my husband. Almost forgot about him. But when you are at this stage of our lives, and I know most of my listeners are parents, obviously not all, but if you are owning your business, if you have a job or a corporate career, if you are somebody who also likes your free time mastery is going to be imperative for what you are going to be doing to move forward. I'm actually going to move my mic closer. So if I sound louder, I apologize. I have some notes and it's in front of my notes. Okay, let's dive in. So I'm going to go against the grain with maybe with one or two of the three ideas that I'm going to share with you today. And this podcast episode is going to be a little bite sized nugget. So you can take it and implement because I do know you are busy. I do know that there are things that you want to accomplish. There are goals that you have for your life. There are family activities. At the time of recording this, we are in the thick of it with baseball and softball for our kids. And so we're going from softball practice to baseball games. And then the next day we're having softball games. Then there are tournaments and on top of schoolwork and band performances and track. And so if you're like me, you can just feel the lack of time bubbling up inside of you. I'm going to give you some tools, three of them, like I said, that I actually use to help me not just get more time back, but one of the biggest thing for me is also not just the physical time, but also it's the mental space. Because I find when we're go, 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 as the mom, and this isn't right or wrong, just this is, I feel like how it is for a lot of families. I have the calendar in my head. Yes, we have a calendar in our kitchen with everything on it, but if you don't know, the parent, everybody else is mostly asking, where do I have to be? Who do I have to be with? What time is it? And as the mom, I feel like we are essentially what is that called? Where, where people call in and the secretary like patches people through. I feel like we're the gatekeeper to everything, even if people can see it. And so being able to clear that mental space is really, really important. And that actually is what I'm going to talk about with my first tip, which it's about embracing the chaos and having a piece of unstructured time in your calendar. I recently went through somebody's online program, where they were talking about time management. And they said, hey, you essentially need to have every minute of every day planned. And that gave me legitimate anxiety. I have my client calls, I have my team calls, I have my kid stuff planned. But if you don't have any unstructured time in your day, you're not giving yourself the ability to process any of the thoughts or emotions that you have coming up. And then eventually it's going to get to nighttime or it's going to bubble inside of you for so long that you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to explode. So I actually, and I know this sounds counterintuitive, but there in my day are pieces of my day where I have no calls allowed so that A, I can flex my creative juices, B, so that I can process things, and C, I can have a little bit of spontaneity. I know I've talked about this, but I'm a projector for my human design. If you have never heard of human design, it is an incredible tool to help you understand yourself better. It's not the do all end all be all for who you are. It's just another, like, I don't want to say it's a personality quiz because it actually goes by your birth date, time, and location. And it's very specific, but it gives you more of an insight. And so because I'm a projector, I'm about, I believe 20% of people in the world are projectors. And we are not meant, our like human design is not meant to work 40 hours a week consistently week after week after week after week. And before I didn't understand that. I didn't understand why I would work 40-hour a week jobs and then by year 1 I am burnt out beyond belief. Um by month 6, especially if I'm not just working 40 hours, because the majority of people, me included, I'm sure you as well, know when you're working a 40-hour a week job, you're taking some of that stuff home with you, or you're working more than that. And so by months or a couple years into a position, I would be completely burnt out and I would be done. And I didn't understand that I needed to have time off throughout the day to process, to rest, to have the creative time. As somebody who manages ads and a creative piece for my clients where I am helping them build out their marketing strategy, I'm helping them think about what emails they're going to do, how they're going to tie in their social to grow their business, how they're going to tie in the ads to make them have a more um, omnipresent life. Like I learned about that from Scott Olford, where he talked about omnipresence. And so if I am scheduling every single thing all day, every day, I don't leave myself to have that creative space to do that. And it benefits my clients, it benefits myself, it benefits my family to have that downtime. And I want you to think about that. Is your day so busy that you don't have any downtime? And by the end of the day, you're so stressed, so done with the day that you're like, nope, I'm either going to binge watch TV until I fall asleep. I'm going to read a book because it's so good and it's letting me not necessarily think and it's going to drown out everything. And again, I love reading. I believe I'm at 22 books for the year so far. Which last year, to put into perspective, I think I read 13 books total. But with this, adding in this unstructured space and giving myself the ability to have more free time has allowed that. So I'm not staying up until 1, 2 in the morning just to get that peace and quiet that I so magically crave. So I want you to think about this. How can you start to integrate unstructured time blocks into your week? And then I want you to actually track the impact on A, your productivity, B, how your mindset is shifting, and C, your well-being, because it is going to be different. I promise you, friend. I promise. Okay. So this one is not, like I said, okay, let me back up. The power of saying no, this is number 2, is so important. One of the things that I have done in the last year, year and a half is I've said no to people that I feel aren't in my life for the proper reasons, for the reasons to really be my friend, to like watch me succeed so I can help them succeed, so I can motivate them, they motivate me. Like it's about that making each other feel better, the laughter, the joy. So I've said no to that. I have said no to events that I want to do, but I know it's not going to serve me because the next day if I have things going on and if I don't get good sleep, if I'm not taking good care of myself, I'm going to be a pile. Um, I'm saying no to opportunities, potential new clients who I feel aren't going to be a good fit for me. And so it really is about you saying no to what does not work for you and allowing yourself to set that boundary. I was recently on a training and this woman shared this spreadsheet and she talked about saying like I had to have this essentially come to Jesus moment where I said I was tolerating so much in my life. And she said I had over 60 things, 60 line items of things I was just tolerating. And she said, when you create this spreadsheet, when you actually take the time to go through this, you're going to see where you're not showing up for yourself. And to me, that meant I need to say no more. And then if I'm going to say yes, is what I'm saying yes to giving me more of what I want, what aligns with my core values, my community, my connection, my friendships, my joy, my family? Is it really getting me closer to what my goals are in my life? So with that one, it's I really want you to take the time to see where you're over promising yourself to other people and then under delivering to yourself because you have given yourself to everybody else and now your cup is empty because you aren't doing yourself justice. So that is your action step. Say no more. And yes, it will suck in the beginning because you're going to feel like you're letting people down. But guess what? Every time you say yes to somebody else, especially when you are stretching yourself too thin, you are saying no to you, your health, your mindset, your family. And you are setting that example for the people that are watching you that it is okay to put yourself last. And you and I know that is not okay. Okay, stepping off the soapbox, but I really just want you to know how incredible you are. And you have that power to say, I own what I need for me, and it's okay for me to do so. Okay, so now number three kind of goes hand in hand with number two. It's also about putting fun first. So again, at the time of recording this, I went to a trivia night with a couple of my close girlfriends and we had to answer, I believe, 25 questions and it was so much fun. We laughed, we ate pizza, we had a couple of drinks and it just felt light. And so putting that fun throughout my weeks is just incredible. It brought me so much joy to get out of my house. I think I got there at 6:30 and I got home at 10:30. So like for 4 hours, I got to just be Shay. Yes, I believe my daughter messaged me, my husband messaged me. I actually messaged him saying he would really like these trivia questions because they were all like Adam Sandler movie trivia questions and like Animal House and um Tommy Boy and School of Rock. Like it was his sort of thing. But I got to be just me for a moment in time. And I've been practicing that more, getting with my girls, going on my girls' trips. And I do that maybe 3 to 4 times a year. And guess what? Every time I get back, I miss my family more and more. And I'm excited to come back because my cup has been filled. I have felt rejuvenated. I have felt like I gained a little bit of me back because I'm showing my kids, hey, I get to have a life outside of you so that when you do eventually have children, if they choose to, if they don't, that's okay too. But when you choose to grow up and you have responsibilities and things like that, you still get to be you. And I love that they see me doing that because then they see me not just as their mom, but hey, mom also has a life outside of the kids. And it's healthy for me to do things for me so that they learn that they can also do things for themselves as well. So, where are you going to incorporate some fun in your life so you can get back to being you? Maybe you don't like leaving the house. I work from home. So by Friday, I'm like, where are we going? And my husband's like, I'm going on the couch. And I'm like, who are we hanging out with? And he's like, no, nope. I peopled all week outside of the house, Shay. I want to just sit here. And I'm like, I've been in the house all day, all week. Let's go. But allowing yourself to feel that joy, that satisfaction of putting yourself first, of getting out there more and giving yourself permission. Another thing that I do with Fun First is I find joy in like smaller tasks. So While I'm getting ready now, I'm listening to music. Like when I'm in the shower, I'll listen to Brendan Burchard's Growth Day. It is incredible. I'll link that in the comments, or I'm sorry, in the show notes. It's one of my favorite mindset things that I listen to every single day. And I don't think I've missed a day in 3 months. It's so good. But then once I'm out of the shower, as I'm getting ready, putting makeup on, I'll put on music and I'm just really like allowing myself to get into me and just letting myself be and have a bit of joy before I go into the hustle and bustle of the day. So, thank you so much for being with me today. I want you to take time to think about where you can identify the joy in everyday tasks, how to bring more fun into your day to day life. I do think you can do that, and I think it's going to be great. With that said, let me just recap what we talked about today as far as giving yourself more time to just be versus having to have a complete structure. So, the first thing we talked about is embracing the chaos of the unstructured time throughout your day. That's so important. The second thing that we talked about, the power of no, putting yourself first, giving yourself permission to put up some boundaries. And then the third thing we talked about was bringing more fun into your life, bringing more joy into your everyday tasks, bringing more joy into spending time with the people that matter the most to you. Thank you for listening. Let me tell you, you've got this. I know you do. And it might not seem like things are going great for you right now, or it might be going awesome. But either way, you are an incredible human. I'm happy that I'm on this journey with you, and I will chat with you soon. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Hello Good Life. To connect more with us, check out soulfueledlife.com.